Hey, everybody. Long time no see. Okay. I'm aware that the election is over. Trump won. I already said that in my last one about America still being a sexist country. I still stand by that. But now I have to move on. And of course, I'm doing it with a dry mouth. Sorry about this. It's not hot anymore. But I'm still just breathing heavily, I guess. All right. I'm moving on to now that Trump is president. We all know what he's doing. The first thing he says he's going to do is mass deportations. And I sort of stayed quiet this entire time because of the fact that that everybody's out there still crying, complaining, the Democrats failed and all this other crap. And oh, shut up already, will ya? Look at what's going on. And the best way that I can do that is by sticking to my guns. Remember, I go by a saying, it's all about the money. Belief is the tool. And while everybody is going to be looking at the next shocking thing that Trump says, the next shocking thing that Trump does, the next depressing thing he does, by removing this and removing those rights and these rights and this section and that stuff. And it's not really removing rights if we're just eliminating this law and blah, 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 blah. I'm sticking to my guns and saying it's all about the money. Belief is the tool. Remember that, because it's going to explain a lot about what I'm about to talk about right now. Okay? Okay, Tuesday, this is Thursday, on the 12th of November, 2024, on CNN, this woman named Maria Cardona, apparently she's a Democratic strategist. She was talking down at a Republican Latino that thought that this was the best thing to do for America, to vote for Donald Trump and all this other garbage, and that it's the best thing to do for America and blah, 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 even with the mass deportations. And here's where, like, she had the right idea in looking down at the decision, okay? But she did it all wrong. She did it with the whole gut-wrenching, emotional, heart-crushing bullcrap, which has been the driving force of the Democratic nation this entire time. And in my opinion, it still lack, and the proof is the fact that we lost the election. But she just kept on going with that emotion. She said they tried to do this semblance of this in 2017. Technically, it was 2016 with the mass deportation. Do you honestly think that his CEO friends are going to go crazy when he goes after the undocumented immigrants who actually pick fruits and vegetables? They're going to say, what the hell are you doing with my workforce? Okay, technically, that's incorrect. Okay, they are not going to say that. Not by a long shot. This administration and I'll tell you why, just hang on. This administration that has no clue about what is about to happen, they're clueless in terms of the real world effects of something like this. They are clueless in terms of real immigration policy and how it affects communities and what the actual solutions are. Okay. The part where they're clueless is also incorrect. Remember, this is what they want. As I've tried saying back in 2021, when I first started this program, 4 years earlier in 2016, mass deportations were done under Trump, and especially in the farming communities. And what wound up happening was all the farm and landowners that were supposed to pay those migrants got a chance to pocket all the pay once they got deported. None of them got paid. So the businesses kept the money like that. If this sounds familiar, it's a quiet quitting, quiet firing technique that most businesses are doing today, usually in fast foods. where they treat their workers like shit to where the people leave, and the worker leaves, and the businessman who's supposed to have been developing all this business money to invest into the worker, the new hire on and everything after certain probation, gets to keep the money instead of putting it to spending on that new worker that's now surpassed a trial basis. Okay. And that's cheap fast food tactics being done by these douchebags currently. Okay. Well, farmers and plantation owners are doing the same thing. They've done the same thing back in 2016. Okay, when President Trump got elected. Okay. To top it all off, through the Trump tax cuts, okay, through the Trump tax cuts, they were doing it and pocketing the stuff tax-free, okay, because they're big business. Bananas, it's a $1 billion a year business. Avocados, $1 billion a year business. Tomatoes, same thing. Lettuce, okay, just like chickens and eggs and all that good stuff. It's $1 billion a year business. So they got to keep the taxes because they make X amount of money and higher, and they don't have to pay any taxes. And any kind of changes or whatever is done off of our expense. Okay. Regulatory rollbacks, less restrictions, which is the reason why we had all these cases with Salmonella, E. coli, and all these other listing, recalls that were going on, because the restrictions were taken off. All the safety measures were removed. Just get it out there is what Trump did. And they got it out there, even if it was damaging, if not killing, us Americans. Insurance claims. A lot of people were suffering without those workers. Ergo, a lot of stuff got, wasted. And then to top it all off, there were a couple occasional fires and droughts. Insurance claims had to be made, and they were all approved. They were all approved by Trump. Relief checks. Everybody says we don't do that. We're Americans. We don't take pity cash. But they took the relief checks when Trump started passing them out. They took the relief checks when Biden was president, and Biden didn't pass out little $300 checks the way Trump did. Trump did that 1 year, just like Bush Jr. Trump did that for only 1 year, and it was a $300 measly relief check. That was it. Biden did 2,000 or more. Okay, Biden gave 2,000 or more checks. Dollar checks that was each check was over $2,000. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at farmers in these communities, all this stuff, saying we don't do that because we're not this other shit. But no, they're gonna take the checks. They're gonna take the checks just as sure as they're gonna make the insurance claims. Just as sure as they're gonna take total advantage of regulatory rollbacks. And they're going to pocket everything without having to pay their country through the Trump tax cuts. Just like the way they did his first term. I don't understand why you guys kept forgetting this. You kept listening to say shithole countries and you were in shock, but you never kept your eye on the money. I don't understand you guys. I don't understand you guys. Foreign countries like China. Oh yeah, selling out to foreign countries just like China. Okay, here in Texas is a prime example of that. My governor, Greg Abbott, sold a lot of land to a former Chinese Communist Party member. Okay, he did a lot of fracking and ruined a lot of water systems and ruined the water for everybody else that still drill out of wells. Okay, they still live out of wells. But all that fracked water got sent back in and just polluted the water underneath their ground. So, the Chinese Communist Party got billions of dollars worth of light liquid natural gas, light or liquid. I can't remember the correct term. But I think it's called liquid natural gas, or light is what they say, because technically gasoline is liquid also. But gas also comes in the form of an aerosol, or rock. But yeah, China pulled up all this light or liquid natural gas. We didn't benefit off of it. It got shipped directly to China for their benefit. And get this, it was all off of our tax-paying dollars because it's an industry that's making $1 billion a year. They didn't pay any taxes. And that's just one example. And I bring it here in Texas to bring that example because this is my Lone Star state. Oh, and there's a lot more shit like that went down in your country, in your in your state, in your county, in your neighborhood, in your area. Okay, your district or the district next to you in your state. A lot of examples went like that, and for some reason, none of you paid attention to it. Instead, you're looking at Melania's "I really don't care, do you" jacket. Why? Why did you not pay attention to the money? So as far as this, Maria Cardona, the Democratic strategist who's luring everybody with, the CEOs are going to say, "What the hell are you doing to my workforce?" No, they're not. But I get why she's doing that, because everybody is getting up and getting all riled up when she says something like that. But still, nobody's paying attention to the money, to where it counts. Not even this Democratic strategist. She makes it sound as if Trump did the worst thing imaginable and that he's only hurting himself. And this gets me to Brian Tyler Cohen, who keeps titling his segments, "Trump made the biggest mistake. Trump is losing out. Trump just lost. Trump is getting his. Trump is..." No, he's not. He's making a jackass out of himself through the legal system. This is true. He's making a dick. He's being a dick with government rights as a political leader. The same rights that are given to a political leader. This is true. This is true. But it's not a career ending. It's not a big fail. It's not a blah, blah, blah. It's not this. It's not doomsday for him. Not by a long shot. I love you, BTC, but you got to change your format, man. You got to look at the money now, okay? Dollemore. Jesse Dollemore and Brittany Page. I love those two with all of my heart, okay? Coming from a corrupt, racist background environment, to take a step back and look at that and turn the other way and become a natural or ordinary natural citizen of America that rolls with the tides no differently than I do. A Mexican in Texas who had every opportunity to join a familia, a cartel. I have two immediate cousins, one with one cartel, the other with an entirely different cartel. And if they're told to go to war with each other, they have no choice but to do it. They're my blood cousins. They're blood-related cousins. But that hate and that quest for power and all that will have them turn enemies, victimizing me, who's not a part of that crap, victimizing the rest of our families, because we are not gangsta or part of a cartel or familia. We don't even have cliques, okay? We're just ordinary families, okay? We're just ordinary families. So I love Jesse Dollemore and Brittany Page, that wonderful couple that comes from that idea, where the rest of America just doesn't understand them. But they have reason to talk because of their background. Okay? To you guys, who I love and respect, please switch it up a little bit more. Don't lose your base, but acknowledge the money part of it. Because we all know cartel or KKK, they're all thinking green also. They're preaching white, but they're thinking green. My vato, they're talking vato, orale, but they're thinking green. Okay, you gotta point that out also, please, especially you guys, because you've got the bigger following, way larger than what I got 16 followers. I lost 3 at one point in time when I said all 3, Prince Harry, Trump, and Bill Clinton, all 3 of them need to go to prison for visiting Epstein's island, for being pals with Epstein. You know, just by saying that, I lost 3. I don't know how I gained 3 more back to where I'm back to 16 again, but 16 followers. I don't know how that happened. They're not talking to me, and that's fine. But I speak what I got to say. And what I'm saying is what I've been saying right now for as far as these subjects go. Follow the money. Okay? Just follow the money. Stick to what you know, but follow the money. Okay? Because everybody's looking at this shock and awe stuff. But when it came down to it, everybody voted for that guy. 1, because he is a guy. And 2, because nobody can find a reason, because nobody, let me redo that. And 2, because everybody still thinks they know they're not racist. They know they're not sexist. They know they can get along and coexist. So there's no reason to vote for Harris. And I know everybody's saying gerrymandering. No, yeah. That has something to do with it too. I've never denied that either. But when it comes down to it, they honestly believe protecting Trump is protecting their own finances. And that's just wrong. It is. As sure as you know that gerrymandering through racism, is still a financial gain. Gerrymandering through, or not gerrymandering, but discrimination through sexism is still a financial gain. Okay? Why in the world would they want to hire a woman who has kids and needs the dental and all that stuff when they can hire a man and maybe have a woman for a little plaything? Okay? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't go to that extreme at every avenue, but it does happen. So Brittany Page, keep on talking about that stuff, but don't forget the money aspect. Okay? It's cheaper for them to be discriminative. It's cheaper for them to look the other way at acts of hate. And for some whacked out reason or another, they believe protecting Trump will protect their finances, their business, their money. Okay? So they elect a guy that'll let them be sexist, that'll let them choose the hot 20-year-old over the 40-year-old struggling mom. Okay? They'll take advantage of that. And even if they don't, it doesn't matter. The simple fact that they believe that the guy that will be that discriminative is protecting their money, that's all the reason that they need to vote for him and put him up in power. It's wrong. We all know it's wrong. We have to stick to that now, because we've already done the emotional, gut-wrenching, sad stories, tribute stories, dedicated stories, and it's good to acknowledge the struggles. They do too. But they're not going to vote for somebody that's going to cost them anything. Why? When they can keep the guy that's there and keep their own money. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the money. Belief is the tool. The administration has no clue about what is about to happen. Yes, they do. They're clueless in terms of the real world effects of something like this. No, they're not. They just don't give a damn because doing this helps them keep their money. Yeah, I'm sure Miss Maria Cardona, Democratic strategist, I'm sure she's real good at her work, at her job. but she's a little off target concerning the mass deportations that we're going to be seeing. Okay, we'd like to call them Gestapo. And I'm sure there's going to be certain acts committed that will resemble that. So stay on top of that. BTC, stay on top of that. Who else? Hello. Just signaling a trucker. Because that's what I do. I'm a delivery guy. Who is he? Fair and balanced. Stick with the stuff. Stick with the stuff that you do about reporting the bull crap. Just from here on out. I'm going to move out of this trucker's way here. Sorry, but I'm just going to coast on neutral. From here on out, don't forget the money aspect. Okay. Be sure to call him out on whatever BS that you see. Look beyond the outrageousness of what of what Trump is doing, of what this Namasame, I forgot his damn name, but he's Hindu-based guy, and the vice president and all these guys, Elon Musk. Point out the crap, especially with Elon Musk, because everything about Elon Musk is money. Okay, even that penis dildo thing that he launched into space, we all know that made him a cajillion dollars in return. Okay, everything that he's going to do is going to be that. So make sure to point that out, especially you guys with the bigger followings that I do. Like I said, all I've got are 16 people, because all I am is just this working. I'm one of the ordinary guys out there, I'm one of the ordinary people. I'm just a guy that has to work for a living, who gets to come up here and state this stuff whenever applicable. You understand? The mass deportation is not a solution to immigration. We need to solve the issues, strong border, but also expand legal policies. That's the only part that Miss Cordona said that was correct. We all know, dude, mass deportation is stupid. They're just going to climb over, dig under, swim around, and in some cases fly in. They're going to come in here anyway. The mass deportation is just downright stupid. All border states declared migrants criminals. Oh, yeah. Here's my thing concerning this. All border states declared migrants criminals, even the ones who were asylum seekers, not criminals, asylum seekers. Okay? All border states did this, including my own Lone Star State. Now that Trump is in charge and is starting the mass deportations, his first move is to deport all the criminals. Okay? Meanwhile, the actual criminals are being bounced around. They're bouncing around thanks to Governor Greg Abbott in the U.S. committing more crimes. We all saw this. The guys that attacked the cop in New York, they were arrested in Arizona. They were freely moving around. In the meantime, this single mom or just one single family has to get in line for 8 hours and try to refill out another form to stay in the U.S. And if the doors close before they get in, they're screwed. I mean, come on. And for the record, there's money in that also. The numbers of bringing them in and all this stuff for the taxpaying dollars, and the numbers that they lose is also money that they're saving, money that they're not spending. Okay? The people that they lose is money that they're not spending. So it's a racket. Don't get me wrong. But from here on out, we have to point that out. Okay? And we have to stick to our guns with it. Okay? Don't do it by losing your edge. who could see this through the eyes of prejudiced people, you that could see, like Brian Tyler Cohen, he quotes businesses, he quotes policies and plans by definition that go over my head, because like I said, I'm just a normal guy. But I follow along, and I have to sort of dumb it down a little bit in order to comprehend what I'm doing, what he's talking about, rather. And Fair and Balanced, he sort of talks the way we do, but he's a little bit more on the emotional side, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I honestly believe and hope that these guys, they check themselves and start going the way that what somebody like me has always been saying. You know, it's all about the money. Belief is the tool. If you could see how they're profiting, you can see the corruption. You get what I'm saying? Point that out more and more, because for everybody that's bewildered as to how in the world this Nazi-loving child rapist, friends with other rapists, discriminative, sexist pig who sucks dictator ass got in charge. Well, we know how he got in charge. Everybody is thinking that protecting him is protecting their money. And from this point on, we got to point out how wrong that is, how wrong it's been, and how wrong it is now. Okay? And it's not so much that we can finally abolish Trump and all this other crap. No. It's that way we make sure nobody like Trump gets into the office. Nobody ever like him gets into office. Okay? Ever again. So, because he's in there, and he's going to do what he wants to do. He's going to do it. There's no escaping that. But from this point on, let's hit him where it counts, in the wallet. Okay? Let's get him where it counts. Even if he says, how dare you, you're all ours, it's all of ours, tells his people it's a hoax, it's belief, it's a conspiracy and all this stuff, and he still winds up pocketing some shit anyway. That's not important. That's not irrelevant. The relevant thing is that we're exposing what's actually going on. You understand? Because, like I said, because he's gonna do it anyway. You know this. I know this. We all know this. Now, if we happen to actually be able to stop him from doing some shit, that'd be great. Because most of his stuff that he's doing is going to be shit in some form or another. Because the bottom line is that he's only doing it for his own best interests. Stephen Bannon, I think his name is, he's just waiting to be taken out of jail. But here's the thing, he was taken in jail. He's waiting to have his rest of his sentence lifted. Here's the thing, right now, he's still having to face sentencing. You understand? I know you all understand. If a guy like me with a GED, whose only proof of a certified education, can see this, I know you all can also. And I'm not just talking to those with podcasts with bigger voices than me. I'm talking about each and every one of you, even especially the 16 followers that are following me. Speak up, look for it, point it out. Share it on my damn comment section. You know, I got no problem with giving you credit where credit is due. Shoot, man. If you ain't got a podcast, if you're not using this platform to voice your concerns, comment in my comment section. Okay? Point out the little bullshit that's going on that's a pain in the ass to your society, but you know for a fact the higher-ups are profiting off of it. Expose them for that. Use my platform. Screw it, man. You know? But also, let me know if you want credit for that. Because otherwise, I'll be like, dude, this guy said, you know, no, if you want to be mellow, you want to be underground, I mean, yeah. You want to be anonymous, open up create an entirely different account and use that name, you know. Do it at the public library, so that way they can't trace your phone. And send it to me. Put it on my thing, and just let me know that you want to be anonymous. But if you want the credit, I'll let you know. I'll say this thanks to this guy or this girl or this couple. Let me know. I don't mind. I don't mind spreading. I don't mind giving them the credit. I don't mind giving you the credit, as long as I am given the chance to spread the word. Okay. Much like a lot of podcasters out there, I don't really have anything to sell. I wrote a couple of novels, ebooks. That's the only way you can get it. But until I can provide payment to pay for that digital store, you can't download it. It's sitting on a digital shelf until I get the funds. After I pay my bills, after I do my food, after I get this, after I get that, okay? After I get some new shirts because I've got holes in them now, get some new socks, then I could see if I've got any money to open up my digital store, which is satownread.com. I can't even remember. So don't even worry about it. But for those of you who want to download a book, I got my store open right now. My first book is called A Mexica Tale by Chris Garcia. And the second book is called Kawali and the Nankayatl. It's another story of a Mexica Tale saga. They only cost $7. And right now my store is open. So go ahead and download it if you really want to read an adventure story. And the reason why I say this is because I've studied my ancient peoples for a long time. And no matter what angle they go through, the concept of time, the celestial stars, fishing, tortillas, tacos, the creators of tacos and all this stuff, no matter what angle, they always have a tendency to say, these are the Aztecs, these are the Mayans, and the white man destroyed them all. That got very depressing, book after book after book. So I wrote 2 ebooks, because that's all I can afford to do right now. I wrote 2 ebooks, but they're adventure stories, okay? Check them out. Just go to Google and Google A Mexica Tale by Christopher Garcia, and it should give you access to both of my books. If not, mention it on the comments and I'll see what I can do for you. But for right now, back to the subject. If you've got access or information to corruption that's going on, particularly economic and financial, money-making schemes, okay? I could tell you another one, for example, okay? I gave you the farmers one, where farmers were deporting the illegals and keeping profits and then going through the motions that Trump permitted, going through the permissions that Trump permitted to gain more money at our taxpayers' expense. Check this out. Here in the Lone Star State, and I've done this before, but I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to tell you again. Headquarters of corporations are being built here in the States. Why? Because it keeps them away from the manual labor supervisors in the states that they originally conduct business. It keeps them from noticing all the corrupt stuff that they're doing in the state that they originated from. In Ohio and Iowa and Pennsylvania, this company called Packers Sanitation, a company that cleans out butcher shops, not just butcher shops, but meat processing factories, slaughterhouses, okay? They were using illegals and illegal children, minors, okay? They were using minors that were illegals, and they were putting them in third shift positions, so where they were cleaning overnight, and at the same process, they were chemically injuring themselves with the cleaning solutions. They were cutting themselves up with all of the slaughterhouse equipment that they used to kill the animals, the cows. They were going through serious lacerations, and one even died. And then to top it all off, they were told that they had to go to school and pretend like they weren't doing anything, where they were falling asleep, losing grades, getting in trouble, having accidents, and slowly but surely, this all came to full-blown exposure where it attracted the laws, where it caught the attention of the law, and all this other stuff. And Packers Sanitation wound up becoming under investigation for the extreme child slave labor that they were doing. Okay, some of these kids were even being threatened. You know, they're getting paid chump change like $4 a week, and they were getting threatened. Don't tell nobody, or you could wind up getting killed. They didn't say that they were going to do it, but they left that. They told them those words. Okay, and I can't remember which out of the 3 states that it was. It was one of them. It was only one, but that's beside the point. That's one too many. Okay, and get this. Packers Sanitation is still up and running. Their headquarters is still here in Texas. Nobody's stopping them. Especially now that Trump is in charge. I'm not making this stuff up. You can look it up yourself. You can see it yourself. Everybody's still, it's business as usual. And they're doing it with a big smile on their faces. Okay? Look around your state. Say something about it. Make sure we all hear it. This is Chris's Comments, a show of common sense on common ground. Make sure you put that on the tabs so that way I can see it. Okay? I'll spread the word. If you really want the credit for it, put your name on that. I'll spread your word. And I'll give you credit for being a part of this voice of unity that says we're not going to put up with this kind of crap. And if we can't knock your ass out, we're at least going to spread the word. Okay? We're at least going to make sure that we tell everybody so that way it catches the law again. It catches the attention of the law again. And hopefully also a policymaker and somebody that can do something about it. Somebody with the power to actually do something about it. Okay? But it all starts right here. It all starts right here. You gotta spread the word. You guys with the bigger podcast numbers following, all the way down to us little people. Okay? And I shouldn't say that because I am almost 245, 250. That's how much I weigh. So there's nothing little about me, damn it. But nevertheless, I am down here with the rest of y'all. I'm down here with y'all making ends meet, trying to anyway. I'm doing 2-3 different delivery service apps because there is no one that can help you make ends meet. But that's the way it goes for somebody like me. That's the way it goes for this kind of industry. You just got to you just got to do what you got to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Except for when it comes to my expense, when it comes to your expense, when it comes to all of our expense. You got people that are making billions of dollars a year, companies that are making billions of dollars a year, and we can't make ends meet with them. You see the dilemma. But we're told this is the best thing to do. This is the only way. This is the American way, and the American way is the best. And everybody believes it out there. You know? When technically it's not about the fact that it's America. This is the greatest country in the world. But this great country is permitting people to doing it the wrong way, to being American the wrong way. And in this case, it's about the money. They're doing it the wrong way concerning the cash. Okay? It's just wrong. And we gotta point that out. We gotta point that out. They're making us believe, trying to make us believe this is the best way to go. And we gotta tell them no. We gotta say no. It's wrong. Whew. I've noticed that I've gone up to 40 darn minutes of talking. And I do apologize for that. I tried telling myself no more just yapping aimlessly. So I'm not really doing that. I am bringing you a full report. But it is taking up almost a damn hour's time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I hope and wish and pray and hope that all of you out there are staying safe. And that you're taking care of each other. Looking out for each other. and keeping your chin up. Keep your chin up, and stay faithful. Keep the faith, because somewhere down the line, we're going to get to throw a few good ones in there. Okay? Somewhere down the line, we're going to be able to stop the BS. That might be a little bit of a longer journey, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So stay true, okay? Just stay true to yourselves. Hang in there. Ha'il, that's Mayan for truth. Ha'il, my people. You take care, all right? We'll catch you later, and we'll see you next time. And that's it for right now. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.